All right, today we are talking about a Southern Rhône red that is going to take everything you think you know about the region and just flip it on its head. Seriously, this isn't about that big, jammy power you might be expecting. No, this is all about elegance, it's about altitude, and it has this really surprising freshness. So let's dive in and explore what makes this particular wine so incredibly different. So let me ask you a question. When you picture a red wine from the Southern Rhône, what comes to mind? Probably big, bold, sun-drenched fruit, right? Something warm and spicy and powerful. And look, that's a classic profile for a very good reason. But what if a wine from the absolute heart of this region decided to play by a completely different set of rules? Well, here's what that looks like. On one side, you've got the stereotype, that sun-baked fruit, that sheer bulk. But the wine we're exploring today, Synchronicity 2020, brings something completely unexpected to the table. I mean, we're talking about mint and menthol, a sharp iron mineral edge, and a genuinely elegant structure. It is a total game changer. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll do a quick Rhône reboot. Then we'll uncover the secret of its altitude. After that, we'll deconstruct the wine itself and then get really practical about how to enjoy it. We'll finish up by placing it on the Grenache map and, of course, wrap it all up with your key takeaways. Okay, first up, a Rhône wine reboot. This is all about meeting the wine that is going to completely rewire what you expect a Gigondas to be. The star of our show is this wine right here, Synchronicity 2020. It's from a producer called Domaine de Florets, and it's a Gigondas, which, is one of the top-tier appellations or crus of the Southern Rhône. And just like most reds from this area, its heart and soul is the Grenache grape. So that brings us to the big question, right? Why is this wine so different? The secret, well, it's not some complicated winemaking trick. It's actually all about geography. It really just comes down to one word: altitude.
And this right here, this is the magic number, 500 meters. That's about 1,640 feet. Now this is where it gets really fascinating. The vineyards for this wine are perched way up high, which is incredibly unusual for this region. This elevation is the key that unlocks everything we're about to taste. It allows the grapes to ripen really slowly, developing all this deep flavor while holding on to this incredible, vibrant freshness.
The producer, Domaine de Florets, is tucked away into these rocky mountains called the Dentelles de Montmirail. And I was just blown away to learn that they are fully committed to organic and biodynamic farming. I mean, this means they're focused on the health of the entire ecosystem, not just the vines. So you end up with this perfect storm, a totally unique high-altitude spot combined with incredibly thoughtful farming. Now for the best part, the virtual tasting. Let's really dive in and explore exactly what makes this bottle so special. Okay, so on the nose, it starts with these beautiful, fresh red fruits. Think strawberry, raspberry. There's a really gentle touch of spice from the oak aging. But then it gets really interesting. You get this distinct mineral note, like wet stones or even that sort of leafy iron note you get from spinach. And then capping it all off are these cool tones of mint, menthol, and licorice root. It's just incredibly complex. I absolutely love this description from the source material. It just perfectly captures that feeling of mountain air and energy, It's not some sleepy, sun-baked wine, it's vibrant and alive, like it's just been on an early morning hike through the mountains. It just nails it. Now, what about when you taste it? Well, the experience kind of unfolds in 3 acts. It starts with this bright attack of crunchy red berries. Then the mid-palate gets deeper, with black cherry and that iron-like mineral note running right through the center. And the finish, it's just long, with all that red fruit refreshed by those cool mint and menthol notes we found on the nose. So what about the structure? In a lot of reds, that comes from tannins, which can feel kind of rough or like sandpaper in your mouth. But here, they are something else entirely. They're incredibly fine-grained and silky. The source material compares them to high cacao chocolate, which is just a perfect analogy. They give the wine shape and backbone, but with absolutely no aggression at all. All right, so let's say you've got your hands on a bottle. How do you get the most out of it? Let's get practical with some solid advice on food pairing, serving, and even cellaring.
This wine's unique profile makes it incredibly versatile with food. It's fantastic with those classic Rhône dishes like braised lamb. But that mineral and herbal edge also makes it a brilliant partner for vegetable-driven dishes, like a mushroom risotto or some roasted beetroot. And for cheese, you want to think about aged hard cheeses, something like Comté.
So when should you drink it? That is the million-dollar question.
Right now, it is all about that vibrant red fruit and that amazing menthol freshness. But listen, this wine is absolutely built to last. If you've got the patience to cellar it past 2028, you're going to be rewarded with these more savory, complex notes of leather and forest floor. It's really a choice between two fantastic but very different experiences.
Okay, just a few quick tips to make this wine sing. You want to serve it slightly chilled, around 16 degrees Celsius, just to keep it bright. If you're drinking it young, give it a good hour or two in a decanter to let all those aromas open up. And definitely use a wide bowled glass, kind of like one you'd use for Burgundy, to give all those complex aromatics some space to stretch out.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and see where this wine fits into the bigger picture. It's time to place it on the map by comparing it to some other incredible expressions of the Grenache grape.
Yeah, this slide gives us a great look at the different personalities of Grenache. You see our wine, Synchronicity, and is the prime example of that altitude freshness. Now compare that to another Gigondas like St. Cosme, which is all about muscular precision. Then you've got this silken elegance from nearby Currant, and finally, that opulent grandeur of a classic Chateau Neuf du Pape. See? It's the same grape, but terroir, that sense of place, makes all the difference.
So if you take just one thing away from that comparison, let it be this framework. Just think of great Grenache in these three keys. You've got the crisp freshness from altitude, the velvety elegance from specific terroirs, and that opulent grandeur from the warmer, classic sites. It's a fantastic little mental shortcut. Wow, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's distill it all down to the key takeaways, the absolute essential things you need to remember about this fantastic wine. Here are the three crucial points. First, remember the place, high-altitude organic Gigondas. Second, the unique profile, bright red fruit, that signature iron mineral note, and those refreshing minty notes. And third, the potential. It's delicious right now, but it's built to age for over a decade, all at a price that offers just incredible value. I'll leave you with this final thought from our source material, which I think is just perfect. Synchronicity 2020 is one of those rare bottles that can truly change how you think about an entire region. So happy hunting, and I have to agree, you should probably bring back more than one. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. Go discover something new.